Greetings all school safety program participants. If you were directed to this video, you may require the SSP Essentials to get back on track. In this video, we will provide information to you that will allow you to confidently establish next steps that will promote compliance. The PowerPoint slides will be available on our website so that you can refer to them at any point of the year. Let's review our agenda of topics.
In this interactive video, we will highlight the following. Documents needed to support awarded personnel in their SSP role, along with the virtual location of each document. Grants Management Enterprises expectations for district administrators, training expectations, and what you might anticipate after attending or missing an annual required training, along with the location of training documents. We will also show you where you can access your proof of attendance. Vacancies for awarded positions and the guidelines around filling positions. Roles and responsibilities for awarded positions and administrators. Law-related education requirement of 180 hours. Social-emotional learning identifying curriculum that meets the needs of your students and delivery of SEL. Certification. SAPT meetings are required on a quarterly basis. However, it is recommended that you meet monthly. Pre-work videos, content and location. The first section we will cover lists the most important documents that you may use throughout the school year. All documents can be found on our website. There are no required documents, but they provide a template of items that should be reviewed, collected, and addressed throughout the school year. To begin, we would like to highlight two key documents that you will use to support you in your awarded position. These are the SSP guidance documents for schools awarded a school resource officer, and the document on the left is for schools that were awarded a school counselor or school social worker. These documents can be referenced throughout the year to ensure you are completing expectations as it relates to training, SAPT meetings, completing an operational plan or calendar to view site-specific program design in a succinct and logical manner. For officers, it speaks to law-related education, weekly logs, officer time on campus, performance assessments, service agreements, and officer continuity. For counselors and social workers, it provides more information on the social-emotional learning component, practice models that guide counselors and social workers, activity logs, MTSS, electives, and school activities. These documents have active links that navigate you to resources for your convenience. For programs that have been awarded a school resource officer or a juvenile probation officer, this is the SSP Guidance Manual. You can access this document on our website under Program Requirements and Guidance within the SRO/JPO section. At the start of each year, we encourage participants to review the university course catalog to identify the training expectations for each role on your SAPT. Next, we have our training schedule, which provides guidance on how to register for your annual required trainings. We strongly encourage participants to complete these steps as early in the year as possible, as our courses fill quickly and are first come, first served. Next, we'll take a look at the strategic plan document shown here on the left, which can be used to guide the work of your SAP. On the right-hand side, we have the operational calendar. Under the direction of the school administrator, each school is required to develop and utilize an operational plan that incorporates program requirements and illustrates their site-specific program design in a succinct and logical manner. Specific activities and milestones, responsible personnel, and projected timelines should be delineated. The plan is a fluid document that should be used by the school administrator, officer, and SAPT to monitor program implementation and provide continuous improvement throughout the school year. The sample calendar of tasks is a document that was created by one of the principals in the program. Their team shared the document with our team, and, with their permission, we are providing it to you as an additional support. It provides a monthly at-a-glance look at expectations for the role. On the right-hand side is an example of an intergovernmental agreement, which is the official document that details the agreement between a police department and a school district related to an SRO duties on a campus.
This is your school safety team agenda. It is recommended that you use this document to ensure you're reviewing and discussing the foundational pieces included in your SSAPT team meeting. Who's on the team? The SSAPT consists of a site administrator, or designee, and an awarded position. If the position that is awarded is an SRO, then a mental/behavioral health person must also be on the team. Additionally, your SSAPT can include the following: a student representative, teacher, facilities staff, cafeteria staff, or other school staff on team. When do we meet and what do we do? The team meets at a minimum quarterly. However, it is best practice to meet more frequently. The team meets to discuss campus school safety issues, top priority focus areas, and prevention and intervention plans related to LRE and SEL.
The officer's weekly log is shown here on the left. Officers are required to complete a weekly activity log that tracks LRE instruction hours, teacher and subject, the topic of each LRE lesson, and the time the officer is off their assigned campus during their duty hours, regardless of the reason. The following information is required for grant compliance: total hours of universal LRE classroom instruction, total hours of cohort LRE classroom instruction, teacher/subject or staff/community group, time spent per LRE lesson, total hours for planning and preparation, LRE topic taught for each class, total time spent off campus, school health and safety programs, and total hours for staff and school community training. Officers may develop their own log that tracks required items, or they may use ADE recommended activity log. The activity log must be shared with the agency supervisor and the site administrator. The agency supervisor and site administrator must support, oversee, and review the officer activity log to ensure fulfillment of grant requirements. The data from the logs shall be used for reporting to ADE. The logs must be available upon ADE request. On the right is the officer performance assessment. The site administrator is required to complete an officer performance assessment twice a year. The assessment must be shared with the officer's supervisor. The evaluation is meant to assist the officer and his or her supervisor in meeting the intent of the grant and effectively carrying out their duties. It is not meant to supplant the official evaluation process used by the officer's department or agency. It is at the discretion of the law enforcement agency or probation department to include the school's evaluation in the officer's official folder. Only officers who have performed in a satisfactory manner should be considered for further service in the school safety program.
Welcome to Grants Management Enterprises, also known as GME. Grants Management Enterprises is a web-based system that houses the grants distributed to educational LEA across the state of Arizona. Any grants, applications, and or supporting documents that are uploaded into GME become public information. For this reason, we ask that you submit documentation excluding personal information. District administrators are generally assigned the task of uploading pertinent information into the GME. Our school safety program has specific employees that specialize in support around GME. You may request support by emailing our shared electronic mail inbox at schoolsafety.socialwellness@aizd.gov. The School Safety Program is a competitive, state-funded grant that runs in 3-year cycles. Arizona public schools and charters are eligible to apply. The next opportunity to apply will be spring 2023. The grant funding will be for 3 school years, 2023-2024 through 2025-2026. District administrators will become familiar with our grants management enterprises as they are required to access it to apply for the SSP grant, to update contact information for any of the SSAP members or awarded positions, to rectify any holds, to resubmit or revise applications, to submit reimbursements, to update role/staff changes, and to forfeit funds when a position can't be filled. The School Safety Program is a grant-funded program in which funded positions are awarded to qualifying LEA. Each position has a very specific function that promotes school safety. Our trainings are designed to provide guidance for each role as well as expectations for all members. Each area of content has been carefully selected and adapted to maximize your learning experience so that each position can be effectively carried out on your school campus. We use our training space to not only provide program instruction, but to also establish a learning community of other experts across the state. We encourage collaboration in these trainings as well as the exchange of information so that you can continue building relationships with other SSP positions. The training schedule is a document that lists all trainings and dates for the school year. We strongly encourage participants to register for their annual required training as soon as possible. Waiting until mid-year to register may negatively impact your LEA position with the grant. Space for each training limited. Missing an annual required training may place your LEA on a programmatic hold. This means funds are unable to be drawn. If a training is missed, you will need to wait until the upcoming school year to register and attend the training. Our trainings are interactive and require frequent engagement and rich back and forth conversations. We require that participants fully attend with their camera/video on for the duration of the training. If you are unable to fully attend the 4-hour virtual training on a date selected, please check with our registration support to see if there are openings in an upcoming training. If it is not clear if a participant is engaged, we will make attempts to connect via chat and / or any other contact information provided during registration. For any failed attempts to connect, we will ask that you retake the training during a time that is most convenient for you. As mentioned in the documents presentation, there are training requirements that each participant must meet to remain in compliance with the grant expectations. The colorful document on the far left on your screen, University Course Catalog, highlights the training expectation for each role as well as provides a glossary of terms for each position mentioned in the grant. We want you to know how we define each position. Each year, every participant has an annual training requirement. This is one training per year. If a training is missed, the LEA will be placed on a programmatic hold, and the training must be made up the following year along with the training requirement for the current year. The training schedule is released each year by mid-July on our website and sent directly to the email listed for the district administrator. It is encouraged that site administrators, district administrators, and awarded positions work together to establish a list of completed trainings. As mentioned in the documents presentation, should be updated regularly and reviewed by the district administrator to ensure your LEA remains in compliance. The colorful document on the far left expansion continuation University Course Catalog. You register for trainings online at lawforkids.org as well as provides a glossary of terms for each position mentioned in the grant. We want you to know how we define each position. Each year, every participant has an annual training requirement. This is one training per year. If a training is missed, the LEA will be placed on a programmatic hold, and the training must be made up the following year along with the training requirement for the current year. The training schedule is released each year by mid-July on our website and sent directly to the email listed for the district administrator. It is encouraged that site administrators, district administrators, and awarded positions work together to establish a list of completed trainings. This document should be updated regularly and reviewed by the district administrator to ensure your LEA remains in compliance. For School Safety Program Expansion Continuation Grant participants, you register for trainings online at lawforkids.org/SSP training. The School Safety Program offers optional trainings each month for counselors and social workers. We have optional, elective, trainings available to officers on the Law4Kids website. Remember, this is outside the annual training requirement and means our officers have gone above the call to gain information pertinent to their roles. We will also be building relationships with police agency organizations, and their training opportunities will be provided throughout the year as well. If you are unable to fill any of the positions awarded through the SSP grant, you are still required to upload the required documents, such as an official signed cooperative agreement and the salary and benefits statement on agency letterhead. In GME, you will put TPD on the officer information until you are able to fill the position.
Your school safety program team should consist of the following: site administrator or administrator designee, awarded positions such as school resource officers, juvenile probation officers, school counselors, and school social workers, Agency supervisors. These are the supervisors of the officers awarded on campus and only applies if your LEA has been awarded an officer on campus. A mental and behavioral health expert, including school psychologists or behavioral health interventionists. Other key staff, a teacher representative, a parent representative, and a student representative as appropriate. You may refer to the glossary of these terms on the SSP University Course Catalog document mentioned in the document section.
This graphic provides responsibilities broken down by site administrator, district administrator, agency supervisor, and awarded position. As is the abbreviation for agency supervisor, DA for district administrator, SA for site administrator, SRO for school resource officer, JPO for juvenile probation officer, and CSW for counselor or social worker. You can easily go to the top of each column and find your responsibilities related to prior to the school year, throughout the school year, and your end-of-the-year duties. Both responsible and contributing members of the team should remain mindful of the timeframes for all of their responsibilities under the Safety Program Grant. A link to a PDF to this document is included on this slide. You can find the link on our website as well.
LRE is the teaching of rules, laws, and the legal system that actively involves students to prepare them for responsible citizenship. It also provides instructions in legal rights, responsibilities, and the role of the citizen, and requires students to practice the application of LRE in potential real-life situations. As per the revised Arizona Statute 15154, school safety programs promote and enhance safe and effective learning environments for all students by supporting the costs of placing school resource officers, juvenile probation officers. These officers should establish a plan for implementing a law-related education program or a plan that demonstrates the existence of a law-related education program as a school safety prevention strategy. ADE partners with the Arizona Foundation to provide cohort lessons that officers can teach to support law-related education for students, staff, families, and community. Officers are responsible for teaching 180 law-related education, LRE, hours per each school year. Of the 180 hours of LRE, at least 80 hours of LRE classroom instruction should be to ongoing cohort groups of students. At least 100 hours should be universal LRE instruction. 60 hours or more should be universal LRE classroom instruction. Up to 20 hours for LRE planning and preparation, and up to 20 hours for LRE instruction to school staff and school community. LRE may be provided virtually. You can find lessons online with our partners at the Foundation, lawforkids.org. Cohort LRE is the delivery of LRE classroom instruction on a pre-identified target problem to a pre-identified target population over a period of time. Cohort LRE must be comprised of 6 hours of instruction, 6 lessons, to the same group, cohort, of students within 1 quarter. Delivery of comprehensive LRE classroom instruction to an ongoing cohort group of students can increase students' negative perception of delinquent behavior and improve their problem-solving, decision-making, and communication skills. Universal LRE is the delivery of LRE instruction to the general school community to build awareness and knowledge of a particular subject. A teacher must be present in the classroom at all times while the officer implements LRE classroom instruction. LRE best practices suggest that the teacher and the officer co-present. The LRE classroom instruction component should be completed during the school day's regular scheduled instruction periods. However, the building administrator has the discretion to approve the use of time spent before or after school on structured law-related instructional activities. LRE best practices will be reviewed in the new officer training and should be incorporated in each lesson. For more information on these lessons, you may visit lawforkids.org or contact Diana Strouth at 602-773-3431.
The grant requires school counselors and school social workers to provide or assist with providing SEL or social-emotional learning on campus. The guidance document states that SEL can look differently depending upon the needs of your population. It can include specific instruction of SEL skills, practices that teachers incorporate into the classroom, content and support that is integrated into academics, and / or larger organizational, culture, or school climate strategies. No matter what you decide, your practices should always be data-driven. These 10 indicators capture what you see when school-wide high-quality systemic SEL is fully implemented. For example, you'd see explicit SEL instruction using an evidence-based program, opportunities to encourage and listen to youth voice, supportive and equity-focused forms of discipline that center on restorative approaches rather than punishment and exclusion, a focus on adult SEL, and all the other activities shown here. Additionally, SEL is most effective when it is integrated with other proactive frameworks of support, including trauma-responsive practices and PBIS. ADE SEL competencies and equity elaborations are based on CASEL's 5 areas of competency and can help to guide your practices. They can be found at the link provided on this slide. Now we'll move into certification for school counselors and school social workers. To find more information on this, go to the link shown here, or go to the School Safety Program website and click on the tab on the right-hand side labeled School Safety Program Positions. This certificate authorizes the holder as a school counselor, pre-K though 12. This certificate is valid for 12 years and is renewable with 15 hours of professional development per year and may include continuing education in the area of college and career readiness. Applicants must complete all parts of the application in order to be considered. You will need to complete the application and fee, submit a photocopy of your valid AZ IVP fingerprint card, and request your college official transcripts documenting a master's degree or more advanced degree directly to certification at asd.gov or by mail. If transcripts are foreign, request a course-by-course evaluation to be completed by an approved foreign credential evaluation agency to identify the equivalent degree in the United States and submit them directly to certification at asd.gov. This certificate is for a standard school social worker pre-K through 12. It is optional but may be required by the local governing boards. This certificate is valid for 12 years and is renewable. Applicants must complete all parts of the application in order to apply. You will need to complete the application and fee, submit a photocopy of your valid AZ IVP fingerprint card, and request your college official transcripts documenting a master's degree or more advanced degree directly to certification at asd.gov or by mail. If transcripts are foreign, request a course-by-course evaluation to be completed by an approved foreign credential evaluation agency to identify the equivalent degree in the United States and submit them directly to certification at asd.gov.
Pre-work videos are a set of videos that we created to ensure you receive pertinent information about the school safety program and expectations of participants. You can access them by visiting our website at www.as.gov/ssp or on our YouTube channel. The link to the YouTube channel is provided on the slides. Each video highlights a different area of content. Awarded positions. Please watch all 5 videos that pertain to your role. Administrators, please watch all 7 videos so that you are aware of the expectations of each role. Should any questions arise after viewing, we encourage you to email our team at schoolsafety.socialwellness@as.gov. Our team will be happy to connect with you on a virtual call to answer any lingering questions. Finally, we send out a monthly newsletter filled WT All Things SSP so that you never have to miss an important due date or event. The front page of the newsletter highlights important events and announcements. And there are clickable links that will take you directly to office hours or coffee chats, Zoom meetings. Page 2 spotlights you, the amazing people making our schools a safe space. Each month, we highlight stories of people who are doing exceptional things within SSP from nominations from you all. You can access current or archived newsletters by visiting our website at www.as.gov/ssp and clicking on the Newsletter Sign Up and Archive tab on the right-hand side.